Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to the Lone Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and my main man,
JC.
John Coleman.
Yo, what is poppin'?
End of September, fourth quarter is here. We are in the mortgage industry, John, and it is nothing but rise and grind. 6 more long months of winter. But guess what, homie?
What's that?
We got this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
are endurance athletes, John, you and I. How many miles have you run this week?
I only did 1.5, but it was at
This week, not today.
Yeah, no, this week. Yeah, I didn't run yet. I only did a 1.5 miles at 15% incline.
Okay.
4 miles an hour.
Look at you go. Yeah, but how many miles do you think you're running on average per week?
Like not that many. It's really not crazy. I only run like 3-4 miles at a time, like 3, maybe like 6 miles a week.
Okay.
It's not a lot.
There's a lot of people sitting at home right now, John, being like, damn, JC's turned into a runner.
Not
Dio's running off on him.
I just run on the treadmill to break a sweat. I'm not.
Next thing you know, you're going to be jumping in a lake or in
I'm
a
not
river
gonna.
with
Why
me.
would I pay so I can run outside? I can do that shit for free.
I'm not asking you to run. I'm asking you to swim.
I know,
now.
but that's what marathon is. People pay to get these bibs. Why don't you tell people about the bib?
You want me to talk about that, don't you? That's
Just a
why
little
you have
bit.
it up here.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, no. So this past weekend, my legs are still sore AF. Last week, I was up in Augusta, Georgia with 10 people from my club, and we competed in the Ironman 70.3 in Augusta, Georgia.
Heard you came in top 10 in your age bracket class.
I did not come in top 10, but you know what I did do?
Finished the race. That's all that
I
matters.
finished the race, which for many people, John, when you're talking about an Ironman race, completing it is the accomplishment.
Is the victory.
That is the victory. You are correct. No, I was actually able to do it in 5 minutes and 57 seconds, so sub 6 hours. Did I say 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 hours.
5 hours and 57 minutes, which was 1 minute faster than what I did last year for the race in Wilmington. The difference is, and I had to learn this the hard way, I can't judge last year's time with this year's time when it's a different course. Because Augusta, Georgia, that bike course is hella hilly.
Plus, they don't pave the roads. They're shitty.
Their roads could use some help.
Potholes everywhere.
You've been there before.
Yeah, it's
okay. Yep.
No comment.
Yep. So I had to bike 56 miles on their roads, and they were extremely hilly. It was gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Gorgeous view, but very hilly. And in certain aspects, yes, I would have preferred the pavement being sometime from the 21st century. Like, paved in 2003.
Nope.
2007. No.
Nope.
Like, I was still in high school, maybe even middle school last time those roads were paved.
All the resources in the town go to the golf course, obviously.
And that town's pretty dead.
It's the only thing there is the golf course.
The town's pretty dead. They had a really cute downtown area, but nothing was going on. It's Sunday night. It's 8 o'clock. I'm trying to go to a whiskey bar. Closed.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, Sunday morning, my wife's trying to find breakfast. Only 3 spots were open. There's 3,000 people in town for this race.
Maybe
2,000 competed, plus you figured friends and family who came to cheer them on. But no, I'm actually, humble brag moment. Yes, I completed my second Ironman 70.3.
Are you going to do another one?
Yes.
It's going to be 80.5 or something?
Well, if I did a full, which I think I will do a full once my daughter graduates from high school, because it's taxing on your family and your friends when you're training as much as you have to train. But a full is a 140.6.
What the fuck? Get the fuck.
Yeah, so this was a 1.2 mile swim. It was a 56 mile bike, and then we ran a half marathon, which is 13.1 miles afterwards.
Nope.
Yeah, but so if you're tuned in on YouTube right now, you can actually see the actual swim cap that I wore during my swim. That is not my actual run bib on the table, John. That is the extra run bib they gave me. My run bib, slightly used.
How much did all this stuff cost you?
It gave me a lifetime of memories.
How much did this cost you? Registration
I couldn't even comment. I don't even know. What, gas, hotel, bike tune-ups, bike tires.
Bro, I could have ordered 10 of these with your name on it from Amazon.
Yeah, it's the experience. And yes, I have the medal, so I can add the medal to my medical collection. Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, that's what's popping. You know what's exciting though about going into fourth quarter? And no, it's not the next 6 months in the mortgage industry, y'all. We have to survive. We have to put our heads down. We got to grind, and we have to understand that it is a marathon. It is not a sprint, and we are preparing to take full advantage, to celebrate, to get on the podium in 2025, 2026, 2027.
Shit, that's so far away.
Yeah, but like if this was a race and we were doing a Ironman 70.3, so we've done the swim, that was all well and good. We crushed through the bike, that's all well and good. We're at about mile 3 of the run. We got 10 miles to go. I'm going to tell you from experience.
My legs are cramping up and I pissed myself 6 times.
Didn't piss myself. But by about mile 7 is when all of the negative mental thoughts start.
I can stop right now.
By about mile 9 is when my body wants to give out. And then mile 11 is just the worst. It is all mental because physically you want to give up. So now you have to go mind over body. Miles 12 and 13, I ran mile 13 faster than I ran mile 1, which you're supposed to. That's when you can just kind of like a horse going back to the barn. You find the energy to get past those.
Can't you just, if you get tired, can't you just walk the rest of the race?
You can, but what type of competitive spirit would you have? It depends. What type of shape were you in? How hard did you train?
It's all about finishing.
It is all about finishing.
Give me 3 or 4 weeks. I'll finish that.
Correct. There are some people, I think they give you only 8 or 10 hours.
Yeah, right. Some people are still on that course. Just got lost at the U-turn.
But no, if I try to correlate this to those in the mortgage industry, yeah, you're about mile 5. We have to get through 6, which would be fairly easy, which is like next month. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, we still got all that to go. But today's episode is going to be a fun episode.
Okay.
Totally fun episode. I'm ripping this off of an article that I read, which if you know anything about me, please know I read a lot.
I know.
I read books, but I probably read more articles these days than I do books. I subscribe to Housing Wire. If you don't, you should. That is where I stay most current and most up to speed on what's going on in the mortgage and real estate worlds. I do read Rob Chrisman's daily email, or his daily, I think they call it a blog, but it gets emailed to you. But Housing Wire is by far my favorite. And then there's a couple other publications I subscribe to, and I'll sometimes get caught up in articles that are housing or finance related. But there's a writer, I think he's out of California, and he writes for several publications. He's probably independent. He just gets published by whoever picks him up. And his first name is Lou. I probably cannot pronounce his last name. I think it's Sichelman.
Steinman? No, I'm joking. I wasn't even listening.
Sichelman?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe we'll go with Lou Sichelman.
Okay.
But he wrote this really fun, light article, and he titled it, "These Places Pay You to Move There."
Oh.
So our title is going to be something very similar to that. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, get paid to move to these places.
Okay.
Or where can you move and get paid?
Get paid.
Like we'll do our title like that. But I want to share with the audience, because you all should take this type of content, swipe it, adapt it, and use it yourself to promote what you do for a living. It's lighthearted, it's fun, but it's factual. It's also trivial. And I'm a person who loves trivia. Okay. So we're going to dive right in. But before we do, I do want to say thank you to some friends of ours, some new friends of the show. We have Jeff Zempfer. I've spoken about Jeff a couple times, but our relationship is really becoming solidified with Jeff. His company is My Agent Classes. And for a small monthly subscription, you can pay Jeff for his concierge service. He will teach you and provide for you the tools, the systems, the PowerPoints, so that you can go out to your market and teach lunch and learns, webinars to the real estate community. Okay. So it's kind of like, lunch and learns in a box. And Jeff has agreed to come on and be our TLOP expert exclusive call for our TLOP members in October. Mm-hmm. So we had Mike Smalley 2 months ago.
Shout out Mike Smalley.
Credit Christie crushed it.
Shout out Credit Christie.
Crushed it doing dispersonality profiling. And then Jeff's going to come on and he's going to teach our loan officers, our members of the TLOP community, how to leverage lunch and learns to grow their brand and to increase the amount of referral partners they have in their market. All right. Yep. And if you are a TLOP member, you actually will get every single quarter, because of our partnership with Jeff, part of your membership is you're going to have access to one of his lunch and learns. Word. How cool is that?
Let's go.
Yeah, so shout out to Mark Holmes for putting that together. And
shout out, Mark.
Y'all, TLOP Online, I thank each and every single person who's joining this community. It's all about access. It's all about togetherness. We are coming together so that we can be better. We are coming together so we can learn, so that we can grow, so we can invest in our business and our professional as well as our personal development. And the access is access to me, it's access to Mark and John, all of our training videos, 2 coaching calls a month with me, plus every single month I'm bringing on the Mike Smalleys, the Jeff Zempfers, the Credit Christies. In November, it's going to be my friend Kai McBride.
Sorry, Kai McBride.
Yeah, one of the premier mortgage coaches in the space. And they come on, and for our members, they do 1 TLOP exclusive. Plus, we have all of the discounts, whether they're partnerships with Zenix, Growth Only Coaching, FinLocker, Housing Wire, Adium, JuneGo. Like, I can go on and on.
Good for you.
Yeah, we have MLO Study Buddy, Knowledge Coop.
Shout out Rocky.
Right? Like, we have so many different partnerships, and we're just getting started. We invite you to come be a member. And newsflash, warning, alert, alert, alert.
Nikki, here's your reel that you wanted me to make. All right, now go.
Okay. Y'all need to also understand, we have 1 membership. If you're listening to this, we are in October. We have 1 membership. There's no more freemium. There's no more premium plus. There's no more basic. We have a premium membership. You're either all in or you're not. And if you're all in, we're all in supporting you. We're going to give you access to all of our training videos, all of our live training calls, our coaching calls, our TLOP exclusives. You're going to get the newsletter. You're going to get the discounts. You're going to get the scripts. You're going to get the tools, the trackers. You're going to get all the links, whether they're to my favorite news articles that are relevant that I'm reading today, that I'm sharing with my LOs, that I'm sharing with my realtor partners, as well as links to industry resources, program, and product guides. You're getting it all, and John and I update this website every single month, if not every single week. We bring more value and more content. The bigger it grows, the more value we have to bring. We just had this thing, y'all. We had it audited and professionally evaluated for a minor investment. I'm talking like less than 1/2 of 1 commission check, $14.97 a year. The value is over $6,000. So for a $14.97 investment, annual investment into your career, into your development, it was just valued at $6,000. And our business coach is like, yo, you need to increase your prices. And we're like, yo, no, we're not. We're not there yet. We're not ready to. We want to make it affordable so that people can't say no. They have to say yes. So I'm super excited for the calls we've had. Thank you again, Mike. Thank you again, Credit Christie. Super stoked to have Jeff coming on October 25th. Mm-hmm. And then Kai McBride's going to come on in November. And you and I are getting together. We're in the lab every single week, and we're creating more training videos.
Yeah.
And we're posting those videos.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So let's go ahead and jump into this lighthearted, fun, trivial, but true.
I have no idea what this is about.
Okay. Well, John, did you know that home affordability is a thing? Or how about lack of home affordability?
Yeah, can nobody afford no homes in this market, getting paid what they making?
Well, you can. Just move to Carmel, Indiana.
What?
Move to somewhere in Alabama.
Nope.
Or right outside of Arkansas. Or parts of Kansas. Or maybe southern Illinois. Or all of Iowa.
Or did they just
or most of Wyoming.
Did they get their first Kroger's over there? Sounds like they did.
I don't know if they have a Kroger's there. I don't know if it could be a Publix.
No, Publix is only in the Southeast.
It could be a
Watch
Jewel.
your mouth.
It could be a Jewel.
Side note, do you know how funny when you travel? What were the names of the grocery stores in Idaho? Where did you go?
We were in Idaho.
Yeah, what was the name
Crazy. No.
It's so funny what they
Albertsons.
It's still out there?
Albertsons is from Boise, Idaho. When I was a kid, we had Albertsons in
everywhere.
Florida.
Yeah, it was like
Publix bought them out and put them out of business.
It's good though, because there was tiers. There was it was Publix always number one, then maybe Albertsons, Winn-Dixie, then like Cash and Carry. Remember those?
Remember Lion something?
Sweet Bay, Lions.
Lion. It was something Lion.
Lion's Inn or some shit.
Yeah, it wasn't Lion King.
Yeah,
but it was something like that. Mm-hmm. No, my family shopped at the Winn-Dixie. My best friends growing up, Brian and Jeff Miller, their parents shopped at Albertsons. And I used to think Albertsons was better than Winn-Dixie, so I'd get jealous. And then Publix came in, and Publix was like, y'all just need to bow down.
I messed with Winn-Dixie because back in the day, they were carded, so I used to buy liquor from them all the time underage.
Did you really?
Of course, but now they're out of business, so who cares?
Was that Winn-Dixie in Florida?
No, Albertsons in Tampa.
Albertsons
Yeah, Albertsons.
in Tampa.
Yeah, they didn't card. They're just happy for the business. Yeah, but anyway, back to
up in Illinois, a family up there, the Jewel Osco. The Jewel.
That's what the name of their thing is?
Yeah, Jewel or
Osco.
Osco.
Well, in Ohio, they're called Big Bear. Giant Eagle? What the fuck?
Oh, the Giant in Maryland. It was I used to call it the G Giant, but I think it's just the Giant.
Green Giant?
No, it was a big G and then just spelled Giant. And
That's the name?
In my 9-year-old brain,
Yeah.
I called the supermarket G Giant.
Damn. Tell us what the name of your supermarket is in the comments. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
How did we get on that topic?
Because you said you want to move to fucking something Podunk, Kentucky, and I was like, no.
No, I didn't say I wanted to move there. I said if you're looking for affordable housing,
Yeah.
yes, that's where you're going to have to move to.
But I don't want to live there.
Well, then quit bitching about not having affordable housing, John. It's like, look, there are plenty of affordable places.
Right.
Like on the drive up to Augusta, Georgia, that whole entire drive, I'm pretty sure all around it, affordable housing, except for the one time I drove through Jacksonville, Florida. Maybe not affordable housing.
Right.
I left Orlando, Florida. Maybe not affordable housing.
Definitely not.
Right. The area between Orlando and Jacksonville littered with affordable housing.
Right.
Then when I got in Jacksonville, maybe not so much. But on the way up 95, as I got to Savannah, and then I started to head a little bit northwest from Savannah, all that area, affordable. So there is affordable housing out there.
Okay.
It's just not where you want to live because there's probably been no jobs around there. And there's probably been no Jewel Oscos, no G Giants, no Albertsons, no Winn-Dixie's, no Publix, or no Big Bears if you're in Ohio, which isn't even a state. But if you are looking for a place that you could move to,
okay,
maybe you work remote. Maybe you're looking for someone to incentivize you to move there. Thanks to our new friend Lou that we haven't met yet.
Shout out Lou.
Shout out to Lou. If someone knows Lou, tell him thank you for this. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you some places that if you moved there, according to Lou's research, they're going to incentivize you. You ready for this?
Yes, I am. I cannot wait because I'm about to apply now.
Yeah. So if you moved to, I don't know, let's say the good state of Vermont. I heard it's gorgeous
Vermont
up there.
I've never been. Good bud from back in the day, though.
How have you never been to Vermont and you grew up in
I've
Massachusetts?
never been north of Massachusetts. It's a thing. I've never been to like New England.
Because your parents only brought you down to Florida.
Yeah, Florida, yep. But didn't even really go to Boston. Connecticut was the state I frequented the most.
That's why you're so bougie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why John Coleman's so bougie is because his parents only took him to Connecticut, one of the bougiest states in the continental U.S.
Yeah. It's kind of garbage though compared to the rest of the country though.
Is it really?
Connecticut?
Well, don't talk bad about the Connecticut.
When's the last time you took
Connecticut? What do you call them? Connecticutites?
That's a great question. In the comments, people.
Okay, in the comments. What do you call someone who's from Connecticut?
Yeah, a masshole?
No, that's what you are.
I know, but just you're from Connecticut, you're still a masshole. I know people, New Hamsters.
I've had someone tell me that Connecticut's where you get the best pizza, not New York. Figure that one out. That two of the best pizza joints are in Connecticut.
Oh, I think I did hear about that.
And not in New York. I've only driven through Connecticut once when we were going from Boston down to Annapolis.
Okay.
By way of New Jersey.
Word.
So did a family trip, took the kids to Boston, drove all the way to D.C., then eventually Annapolis to hang out with my family. And along the way, stopped in New Jersey to see some old neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Montpelier, Vermont.
Okay, so Vermont. Now, this is the state, so we're not talking about a city. But in Vermont, which, by the way, Vermont is a state, John.
Okay.
Okay. So it states that the Green Mountain State offered 2 grants to new residents. One was for remote workers who moved there. The other for newcomers who took jobs in the state. So had you moved to Vermont, you could have earned up to $7,500 in grant money from the state of Vermont. Now, that's not enough to cover most people's moving expenses, right? But nonetheless, it was $7,500. Plus, when you get there, the median house price, it's not the cheapest. It is $373,000.
What the hell?
But you know what? According to Redfin, nationally, the median sales price is $428,000.
Where are the houses? Where do these have?
Well, I think it's factoring in the 5 boroughs of New York, Miami, all of California.
They're messing up the bell curve. That's
Colorado.
Damn.
Austin, Texas. Like, there's some expensive-ass places to live that definitely skew the numbers. Yeah, but Vermont is still below the national median home price. Something interesting to know. How about if you want free water skiing? Have you ever been water skiing, John?
I have not. I got on a jet ski, but that was back in the day, and I have poor balance, so I fell off and flooded the engine.
Speaking of poor balance, do you think it's hard or easy to ride a bike with your hands off the handlebars?
Like no hands? Like
no hands?
No, it's. I mean, once you learn it, it's
for an extended period of time, you could do that.
Yeah, depending on the road and conditions. Yeah, I mean.
You know what I realized in my race? I'm a weirdo, which I knew I was a weirdo, but I'm like a different type of weirdo.
You-
These people in these races cannot ride without their hands.
Because
I
they have
had
the
three different times people would come up to me. Oh man, I wish I could do that.
What do you mean? Like you just like when you take your hands off the thing?
Yeah, so when you're doing a 6-hour race, you're going to get hungry and thirsty. So you need a nutrition. So when I'm biking, I'm trying to consume roughly 1,200 calories during that bike ride. I can't get it all through gels and liquids. So I pack a banana, I pack a PB&J. Or there's certain times I'm trying to mix one of my, let's say I have some BCAAs or I have some kind of a carbohydrate meal replacement powder, and it's all carried on me, usually in the back of my tri-kit because I have pockets in the back of it. Well, yeah, I'm just going to sit up for 3 minutes, and I'm going to take my sandwich out of the bag, and I'm going to eat my sandwich, or I'm going to go ahead and pour some of my concoction into the water bottle, and then I'm going to mix it together.
Whiskey and gin.
And I'm doing this just while riding my bike at 15, 16 miles an hour, which isn't fast. I slow down to do this. Like I should be going on average 19 to 20 miles an hour. The fastest I got up to was 37 miles an hour on this race, going downhill, obviously. But anyhow, in multiple times, people would go past me and they're like, "Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, I wish I could figure out how to do that." I'm like, "What do you mean? As a kid, did you not ride your bike around your neighborhood with your hands off the handlebars?"
That was a thing.
It's a thing, yeah. So ride without
So
your hands.
hardcore. So Lance Armstrong can't ride without.
I'm sure Lance
no, he
Armstrong
can't.
can do
Loser.
anything on a bike.
Psychics.
Whether he's drugging or not drugging, he's that good, John.
Right.
So here's another place you should look at. The Mountain State, West Virginia offers one of the most lucrative deals for new residents.
Nobody's moving to West Virginia.
Some people are.
By choice? By force? Give me what they're going to give me.
All the students of the great mountaineer
the
state.
grant that they're
I
going to
heard
get.
that's like one of the best party schools.
West Virginia?
Yeah, UVA. Or no, not UVA. University of West Virginia.
What else
UWV.
is it? Yeah.
I know kids from Pittsburgh drive down.
What?
Yeah, they drive down to University of West Virginia
Shout out Geno Smith.
for and they have a good basketball program too. Baseball not so bad either, but nonetheless, yeah, I heard it's a great party school. And the robotics club at West Virginia.
Jackson, maybe you need to he didn't enter that transfer portal.
No, probably not. But anyhow, let's just go and talk about in West Virginia offers one of the most lucrative deals for new residents. By the way, if you want this article, we have it up on tloponline.com. And you don't have to be a member to access these articles.
How sexy.
Yeah, how about that? But so here's one of the most lucrative deals for new residents. It's a package of incentives from the Ascend West Virginia. It's worth $20,000. It includes $12,000 in cash,
What?
plus free outdoor recreation equipment, co-working space, and professional development opportunities. The median house price in West Virginia,
$16.
$291,600.
I was close.
Yeah. So if you're a transplant,
Hold on, dude.
you may be able to get 10 grand just for moving there.
Like, but what's the stipulation? Like, I'll move there, take your money, and just move right back. Duh.
This article tells me there's no strings attached on how they use the money.
Shit.
You can pay your relocation costs, buy a new car, totally your choice.
I might.
Are you going to scam West Virginia?
Yeah, I'm in West Virginia.
You're totally going to gamify it, aren't you?
I'm sure other people are as well, but you might have to have a physical address in West Virginia, and that's dicey.
Yeah. And then it goes on to say, look, free water skiing, whitewater rafting, and
what?
other outdoor activities.
So they're going to give you a
Last only a year. Only your first year do you get free water skiing, whitewater rafting, and other outdoor
What are they going to
activities.
come back and repo it? Would you go to rent it by the dock or something? This is hilarious, by the way.
Check it out. Look, if y'all are looking for an incentive to get up and move somewhere new, check out West Virginia. Right? So we've already talked about Vermont. We've covered West Virginia. Let's talk about Northwest Arkansas.
Bro, what?
Northwest Arkansas.
No joke, don't even know where it is.
You know what's crazy about Benton, Arkansas? You know what's in Benton, Arkansas?
Tons of bins.
Not our friend Ben Davis. I'm pretty sure that's where Walmart is.
Walmart is the guy found there. The
Is
Waltons.
Walmart in Benton, Arkansas? Nonetheless, how about this? Walmart is in Arkansas. I know that's a fact.
Okay.
The number of corporate executives from other companies that now have to live in Arkansas because Walmart's headquartered there is crazy. There's a whole entire town
Of C-level executives. That
of like more like mid-level executives. Like think of like you're a divisional executive or you're a regional sales rep and you're with Procter and Gamble, but Walmart's your client.
You have to live.
You post up in Walmart. Yeah. Like think of every vendor, every product that Walmart sells or a vendor that has to do business with Walmart, and they are your client, probably your largest client, maybe your only client. You end up having to move your people to where they are so you can better serve them. I know that about Arkansas, and I've been to Little Rock, and I've been to Hot Springs.
Arkansas.
I went to an Eric Church concert in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Never heard of them. Arkansas is a flyover state.
Well, it's a flyover state, John, until you're trying to do all 50 states by the time you're 50. Then you need to find a reason to go to Arkansas. I found my reason. My wife and I went to Eric Church. We went to a brewery. The next day, we went over to the Hot Springs.
Okay.
I then went to a bathhouse.
Arkansas. How much are they giving me to move there?
All right, let's talk about it. First and foremost, the median.
$500,000.
Get John.
Okay.
It's Arkansas.
Okay.
$251,400.
Shit, I could buy that.
Yeah, and they're going to throw in a free mountain bike.
Come on, yo.
If you're willing to move
Bro,
to Benton or Washington counties for at least a year, and we'll get $10,000.
I can't. Oh, stop. This is made up shit. So so the state of Northwest Arkansas partnered with Huffy Bikes, and when you move there, and you get some shitty tricycle when you move there.
Look,
this is out of control.
I found Lou's article so inspiring, so entertaining that I have to share it with our audience.
Amazing.
I have to share it with our audience, but the problem that you're going to have with that is you have to relocate within 6 months.
Like immediately, like quit what you're doing.
Of being approved. So I guess you have to apply for the stipend. And if they give you the stipend, then you have 6 months to get there. But it's Benton and Washington counties. That's going to be Northwest Arkansas. Hey, median home price $251,000. Hey, you're going to get $10,000 plus a free mountain bike or a road bike.
Bro, I'm about to be relocating every month. I live in West Virginia next month, and by January, I'm living in Arkansas.
Hey, what do you think about Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I don't know. I've heard no. Oklahoma. No.
I'm going to Oklahoma next month. Oh my God! You know where we're going next month, John?
Fucking shitty Philadelphia.
We're going to Philadelphia.
Never
I'm
been.
so excited. It's the NBA annual.
Yeah.
It's NBA annual. It's like the biggest conference for mortgage bankers. Like you and I have done San Diego. Last year I did Nashville solo.
Mm-hmm.
This year you and me, plus Nikki and Mark from T-Lop.
Shout out T-Lop.
We are going to be just pouring ourselves
invading
in.
the city.
And I'm pumped. Like I already have meetings with Mortgage Coach,
with
FinLocker, with Zenix. I have it with a couple of my MI reps. We're going to see Tim McGraw in concert.
Oh.
We're going to see Maroon 5 in concert.
Never heard of
We're going to go to some badass parties.
Getting smacked.
Possibly.
Okay. Responsibly.
Just make sure you are professional with your speech and your rhetoric.
But if you don't come around me if you're wearing a lanyard and it's past 6 p.m. because I will roast the shit out of you.
John,
I hate lanyards.
You're going to have to get over yourself. It's not all about you. It's not all about you. I need that lanyard because I'm terrible with names. I got to be able to look down at your belly button.
6 times a conversation. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Sandra?
Yes.
Sandra?
Yeah.
Sasha?
Yeah, right.
God dang it, your tie's in the way of your lanyard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm calling Birdo Bob because all I see is the B. And I just assumed he's Bob, but I looked at his Birdo.
Nope.
Nonetheless, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Good news is median house price is $220,000. Tulsa, Oklahoma, we were supposed to go there. I'm going there for a football game. UCF is taking on Oklahoma, just like going out to Boise, and I cheered them on, and they won. I did not go out to Washington. I didn't go to Little Apple, Manhattan, Washington, and UCF lost. Maybe they need me to go to Oklahoma so I can cheer them on and they can win. Unfortunately for our T-Loppers, y'all have heard me teasing and discussing I was going to do a T-Lop event in October while I was out there.
Oh, yeah.
We're still going to do a T-Lop event in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, something came up with the sponsor. That date no longer works for the sponsor. Well, we speak and we travel and we do so for next to nothing, but we can't do it for free and we can't do it where it costs us money. So unfortunately, we're not going to be hosting a T-Lop live event in October of this year. I'm trying to get it rescheduled for November or December, still in 2023, but just going to postpone it because something happened with the venue, something happened with the sponsor. Logistically, we weren't going to be able to pull it off.
They couldn't afford it because
Liz Padilla specifically.
Oh, shout out Liz.
Padilla, shout out to Liz. I know you're looking forward to this event. It's still going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be in Tulsa or Oklahoma City. Luckily, from the map I looked at, they're only like an hour apart. But we will be doing a T-Lop event in Oklahoma. It just won't be in October. It's probably going to be November, December, TBD. Stay tuned.
They ran out of money because all the grants are going to get people to incentivize to come move to their state. So all the money's tied up?
I don't know. I don't know if people know this. I had a buddy of mine, Robert, with National MI, reached out to me, Robert Villalon. So shout out to Robert. And he was just up in Arkansas, John, that state you were being rude about.
What's...
And you know what he said? He said, Dio, I was just at an awesome mortgage event.
Of course.
And the president of the Mortgage Bankers Association of Arkansas said, blah, 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 T-Lot, blah, 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 T-Lot, blah, 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 Loan Officer Podcast. And Robert's like, hey, you know, I actually am friends with that guy.
No,
and
sure.
she's like, oh, my God. Do you think we could get him to come to our event next year?
What?
And guess what I said?
Absolutely.
Yes, let's make that happen.
Okay.
So Arkansas, although JC is talking smack, please know that I am going to be in communication with the NBA of Arkansas, and I'm going to see how I can participate as either a panelist or a speaker or a keynote in their 2024 annual
Look at
conference.
you, bro. Round
Delaware,
of applause.
by the way, Delaware reached out.
Dover?
I've never been to Delaware. It could be Rehoboth Beach. It could be Dover. I have no idea. It could be Wilmington. You know it's Wilmington, Delaware?
West Virginia.
Not West Virginia. They have not reached out. But hopefully we're going to be heading up to Delaware, at least me, sometime in Q1. And I'm going to be doing something for the Delaware Mortgage Bankers Association.
Shit, man.
Look, I have a passport. I have an ID.
I think you don't.
I have clear. I'm trying to get TSA pre-check. I'm willing to travel. I love to speak. I love to present. I love to moderate. I love to give back to the mortgage community. If you all are looking for a dynamic, fresh, not boring speaker, y'all might want to look this way. Mm-hmm. This dude is for hire.
He's talking about Dustin, not me.
This dude is for hire. I wish I could sing, John. I can't, though. All right, let's get back on Tulsa.
Oklahoma. Okay. Get it? See what I did there? You see what I did? See what I did there? Okay. You said let's get back.
Oh,
and I said, okay.
Yeah, are you an Okie from Muskogee? Are you living on Tulsa time?
Shout out Barry Sanders.
Guess what? And your buddy Barry Sanders Jr.
Yeah, shout out Barry. Yeah.
All right, you and Barry Jr. Hanging out still?
Yeah, I mean he's traveling. His dad got inducted into the Detroit Tigers Lions Hall of Ring of Honor or some shit, so he's been traveling.
Oh, with his dad?
Yep.
Doing that? Mm-hmm. That sounds fun.
Awesome.
All right, so anyhow, the median house price in Tulsa is $220,000. They are offering a $10,000 relocation incentive. It's $2,500 up front, John, and $7,500 within your first year of residency. You have to be a remote worker, either for yourself or an employer outside of Oklahoma. And you must move within 12 months of applying for the grant. So this is a grant. So they have stipulations because Tulsa's a decent place. You all want to live there. My uncle lived there. He loved it. He absolutely loved living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So you can tell more people want to live in Tulsa. That's why they have stipulations. But, hey, they were giving it out. And then you may be asking, John, like, hey, why are these places offering such incentives?
Why are these places offering such incentives?
Hey, they're trying to bring diverse, bright, and driven individuals to the city for community building, collaboration, and networking.
That sounds like some marketing BS. Basically, all the people are getting old and dying off, and they need new young people to come in and populate the city.
We need diversity of thought. Diversity of thought.
Like you say, academic inbreeding.
Yes, you don't want academic inbreeding. Like when I look for people that I'm attracted to, and not based on physical features.
Right.
Because that changes all based on whatever kink I'm into at that particular time, day, month, year, etc.
Correct.
But people I'm attracted to tend to be well-traveled. I care that you're well-traveled more than that you're well-educated. I'm going to guess if you're well-traveled, you are educated. Real world. I want you to be well-read as well. Right? So well-traveled, well-read before you're well-educated. I want all three. All three is like the trifecta, but that's what I look for. That's what I'm attracted to in people. And also positive people that are in growth mode. Like if you're always working on some kind of personal, professional development, I'm probably attracted to you. I don't have to agree with everything that you're into, everything that you do, everything that you say. I can still be attracted to you if you're well-traveled, you're well-read, you're well-educated in that order. And especially if you're a positive person who's constantly focused on growth.
Okay.
Now, if you want to slide a little bit north of Tulsa,
go to Tennessee because that's above Oklahoma, ain't it?
Well,
I don't know. I'm saying that.
Choose Topeka Initiative offers cash to out-of-staters moving to the Kansas capital, Topeka, Kansas, okay, for an on-site position with participating employers. So for this incentive, your employer must participate, but as well as remote workers whose companies are located outside of Shawnee County. You know Shawnee? Wasn't that girl you dated in middle school?
I never had a girlfriend in middle school. I was a late bloomer, bro.
Maybe Shawnee was that little short, chubby girl that used to hit on you, but you were mean to her.
No.
No?
I was a late.
Maybe it's my other John
I
Coleman
was a
friend. I'm
nerd,
sorry.
man. I mean, I still am. Flyest nerd, you know.
Yeah, this is the only guy I know that was hooking up his Xbox to his personal work computer. I said, John, what are you doing? We don't play video games at the office. He goes, no, I just need the high-speed internet because I'm trying to download some
shit. It's just like 100 gigs.
I was trying to download some updates so he can
Shout
play
out
his video
Sprexum
games.
for never having Wi-Fi up at my house. Shout out Sprexum on their shitty service. Love it.
Right. So back on Shawnee County, we're talking Topeka, Kansas now. Workers taking the former option, which would be remote workers whose companies are located outside of Shawnee County. They'll be eligible to receive up to $15,000 towards buying a house.
That won't even cover the
towards
down payment.
buying a house, or up to $10,000 for rent. Now, remote workers are eligible for $10,000 and $5,000. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Let me rephrase this because a lot of people right now are excited to move to Topeka, Kansas. Okay, so if you are going to work physically for a participating employer, that's how you'll get $15,000 towards buying a house or $10,000 for rent. If you're a remote worker, right? So your company is outside of Shawnee County, but you're still wanting to move to Topeka, you'll be eligible for $10,000 for buying a house and $5,000 for rent.
Only 4 people are going to actually qualify with all these damn stipulations.
John, it's all about bringing the information to the masses. Let them disseminate it how they wish. Hey, they may have their own podcast that they now are going to take this
and then put it on there.
Yes,
I heard it from the guys over at T-Lop. You can move to Idaho for like pennies on the nickel.
Hey, we have not talking about Idaho. I'm pretty sure I was in Idaho. They don't want any more people.
Real talk.
Not.
Can
Boise
we start a program where we just put I don't know. I can't. That sounds bad. I'll pay people to leave Orlando because it's too crowded.
Possibly.
We should start. I'll talk to Buddy Dyer. I got him on speed dial.
Do you?
Is he
we
still
should have Buddy. You know what? If you have Buddy on speed dial, I like to have Buddy on the show. Yeah, that's what I told Nikki. Nikki's like, hey, as we get ready for going up to Philadelphia, who's on your hit list? Well, first and foremost, Bill Kilmer is on my hit list. He is with the NBA. He has a brain that I want to sponge from. This dude is Mr. Capitol Hill. He is connected to all the senators. He's connected to the House of Representatives. He knows what's going on from a political standpoint. So we're going to have Bill on the show. I am working on that. But I told Nikki 2 names. Adam Levine, Tim McGraw.
Never heard of either one of those individuals.
Awesome. That's every reason why you should produce that show, John, so that you can meet Adam Levine and Tim McGraw, but they should be on T-Lop. I don't know if Nikki's going to be able to pull it off, but those were her marching orders. She asked, I answered.
The answer was no if you didn't ask.
Yes. So back on Topeka, Kansas, John, what do you think that the median home price is in Topeka?
I'm going to guess somewhere around $310,000.
Maybe cut that in half, John. $147,000 according to our friends over at Redfin.
I could buy one, get one free with that.
You could. Yeah. You know what? All those people that you and Buddy Dyer are going to move out of Orlando, you should move them to Topeka.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and let them know, like, if they go to work for a participating employer, $15,000 to buy a house, $10,000 towards rent, or better yet, maybe they work for a company out of Orlando, but they have a remote position. They're going to move to Shawnee County, at which point they'll still be able to get $10,000 towards buying a house, $5,000 towards rent. And the home prices are roughly median $147,000.
We're joking, but no bullshit. There's probably going to be an Ella who lives in one of these places that's going to know somebody that's going to win a transplant. Like, hey, you should move, and here's why.
Yes.
I can loan in over 58 states.
Can you lend?
48.
You can lend in 58 states.
I can lend in 48.
Can we name states 51 through 58 right now?
Puerto Rico,
Canada, Philippines.
That's the
Virgin Islands.
That's the U.S. That's a U.S. territory.
Britain.
Really? I don't know shit about geography, so you might be right.
No, I joke.
Oh, I don't know.
I joke. Canada is the 51st state. Puerto Rico is the 52nd state.
Pangea.
Pangea? Is that from Hunger Games?
No, Pangea is when all the continents were one giant landmass millions and millions of years ago. And
do you know that a giant landmass is expected to form again in 450 million years, and that's going to be the death of Earth?
That's 250 million years, yes, since that's when all the tectonic plates collided with each other once again. But they're always colliding.
In 450 million years, they're going to all come back together.
By then, we're going to have so many T-Lot members. Yo, it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. You know who's still going to be hard up for residence?
You?
Lincoln, Kansas.
Oh.
That's why right now, Lincoln, Kansas, not to be outdone by their friends in Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
Lincoln, Kansas is giving away free plots of land ranging from 14,000 to 35,000 square feet.
What? How many is that?
The
acres?
lot, I can't do that.
Okay, I
math in my
thought
head, John.
I thought you could.
No, I'm a country wannabe. I'm not a country boy.
Okay.
Yeah. I have friends who understand acreage.
Square foot into acreage.
Yes.
Wow.
Look, I don't have a real estate license. I'm sure if I did, I would know this. Yeah. But anyhow, I know 5 acres is enough. I know that 300 acres is a lot.
Okay.
All right. The lots are in a residential development within the city walls, complete with streets, water, and sewer, and located just a few blocks from a high school, hospital, park, and downtown. So basically, it's kind of like 1800 all over again.
Did they say
Go
we
west,
have
young
paved?
man.
Did he just
we
say
have free land?
We have paved roads.
I'm pretty sure I see Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. They're still married. They're going horseback and they're racing west so they can put their flag in the ground and stake that claim as their own. But yeah, Lincoln, Kansas.
Who approved this shit? I need to see some receipts on this.
Hey, I mean, I don't.
Is it like a state by state? This is a You're right. You weren't shitting. This is really actually interesting.
Hey, just know that there's certain criteria of the house that you put on there. So they're not going to let you just dump some kind of like 1970s single wide on that home or on that plot of land, right? So you are going to have to build a house on it. The house will have to have a minimum footprint of 1,300 square feet, and that does include a basement. And you are required to have a 2-car garage.
This sounds like an infomercial you'd watch at like 2
way,
a.m.
No farm animals or livestock allowed.
So
John.
why do you need the land if you can't put animals on this shit for the tax break?
I don't think 14,000 or 35,000 square feet is very big. I can't imagine that's very big. I'm sure, hey, drop it in the comments if you're on YouTube. Correct me and John. Yeah. We didn't do that much research to figure out how that divides into acreage. But anyhow, guess what the median sales price in Lincoln is?
I'm going to go with a moderate.
Whatever it is, take 20% of that number and you'll be right.
$75,000.
$79,000.
I'm going to have to Google this shit. I don't even think this is amazing.
I'm just throwing it out there. Now, how about this? I've actually been to this city. If you buy a house in Newton, Iowa, so we're just heading north, right? Oklahoma to Kansas. Now we're going into Iowa. I've been to Newton, Iowa.
There's nothing there.
There's a couple things there. You know what started there? Whirlpool appliances. I think it was Whirlpool. It could have been one of the other ones. I'm totally flooding that now.
God, yeah, okay.
Some appliance. I'm pretty sure it's Whirlpool.
It's probably
Maybe
Maytag, bro.
It was Maytag.
I know. That's the only one.
You're the best. Yeah, Maytag appliances. They had Maytag appliances, Newton, Iowa. The median home price is $133,500. If you buy a house in Newton, Iowa, by the way, it is like an hour outside of Des Moines. Des Moines, pretty cool city. I flew in and out of Des Moines, and flying out, I was like, damn, I kind of wanted to stay. It was like a Thursday afternoon. We found a couple really cool bars we're having beers at. I was like, damn, I kind of want to stay Thursday, Friday night, maybe fly home on Sunday, but we weren't unable to. But the city will give you a check based on the home's cost. If the home is $190,000 or more, you get $10,000. How about that? And under Hamilton, Ohio's novel plan, so now we're going to be east of Iowa, recent college grads in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math programs, the city is offering to pay new residents $400 a month up until they've earned $15,000 in total. So go to Newton, Iowa, so just outside of Des Moines, and the city will give you a check based on your home's cost. If the home cost is $190,000 or more, you get $10,000. If you want to go into Ohio, more specifically Hamilton, Ohio, and you're a recent college grad, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math,
bro,
city will pay you $400 a month, all the way up until $15,000 has been exhausted. The median the median sales price in Hamilton is a little bit more than Newton, Iowa. It's $160,000. Yeah. Newton, Iowa, there's really only 2 places to have dinner. There's a diner there, and then there's a diner there. You have 2 different diners, a breakfast diner or a lunch dinner diner. That's what I remember about being
so
in
well, these
Iowa.
okay, here's what's going to happen. These older cities are going to have an influx of like a bunch of little kids running around, and then they'll be like, "Get off my lawn."
Okay.
That's the end of the story. That's it.
The end.
Yeah, the end. That's it.
So we're gonna end up down south. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and find a conclusion to this episode.
You can move to Miami for free?
Sure, if you don't mind living in a tent. Damn. But I'm pretty sure that's D.C., all of San Francisco, all of San Diego,
right.
Parts of Austin. No, we're gonna go to the Shoals area. Muscle Shoals is where they make the music. No,
I'm guessing that's
Sweet Home, Alabama.
The Florida, Bama, Georgia line.
No, probably not. But anyhow, the Shoals of Alabama, you're looking at Florence, looking at Muscle Shoals, you're looking at Sheffield. Muscle Shoals is a music mecca. You're looking at Sheffield or Tuscumbia. Okay, they are paying $10,000 to self-employed and remote workers who move to the region. So if you take their money, you're going to get $2,500 up front. You're going to get $2,500 after 6 months of occupancy, and the other $5,000 after a year. Why is that, John? Because they know there's people like you out there. They're not going to let you gamify them. But again, these are the cities in the Shoals area of Alabama. They're Florence, it's Muscle Shoals, it's Sheffield, and it's Tuscumbia, and they are paying $10,000 in total. Again, it's $2,500 up front, $2,500 after 6 months, and then $5,000 after a year. But you have to be self-employed or a remote worker, and you're moving into the region. But the median home price in the region, $270,000. It's affordable, and they're going to incentivize you to move there, John.
Ooh, actually, after looking at your file, Mr. Coleman, just because of the grant that they gave you to move here, I'm not able to qualify you at that interest rate. I'm going to need you to take the grant back. You don't qualify anymore.
Hopefully, John, that doesn't happen. But look, this article was written
by
our new virtual friend that we've never met in person, but I do read a lot of his articles.
Oh, okay.
He's published often. But it's Lou, and Lou, I apologize. I'm going to butcher your last name.
Shout out Lou Gardens.
But I'm going to say Seichelman.
Mm-hmm.
And Lou Seichelman has been covering real estate for more than 50 years. He is a regular contributor to numerous shelter magazines and housing finance industry publications.
Mm-hmm.
Readers can contact him. Oh, my God. Lou is going to date himself as if 50 years,
AOL.com.
as if 50 years did not date Lou. That's 50 years of experience, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't put a price on that.
Mm-hmm.
It is LSICHELMAN at AOL.com.
Hit me up on AIM.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is all we have for you today. His name is John Coleman. My name is Dustin Owen. If you dig what we're doing and you want to see us continue to do more, you got to share us. You got to like us. Give us a 5-star review. Slide over to YouTube. Follow our channel. Give us a subscribe. Tell not one, not two, but
55 strangers.
3 friends, 55 strangers all about us. And if you are a mortgage loan originator and you are serious about your career, you need to invest in yourself, invest in your future success. We are going to encourage you to become a member of tloponline.com. Do it now.
Do it now, damn it.
You won't be sad. He's John Coleman. I'm Dustin Owen. That's all the time we have for you today, but we do look forward to catching you in the next episode.